Hey everybody, made it here. Directions are spot on, and as you'll see in the corner here, they put out little signs when you're about 5 miles out. They'll make sure you turn at the right spots. First impression, absolutely gorgeous place. A lot of pine trees, reminds me of being back in New England. I'm going to go out to the practice range and show you that. It's going to be a good day. Okay, here's the practice range. It's really nice, 3 bales, got the little shed so it stays dry. You can shoot all the way back from 50 yards, and if you want to go a little farther and be adventurous, you could probably go out a lot farther. Very nice setup. Gonna warm up and head out to the course. I'm heading out to first target. As you can see by my arrows, I got all different colors. I'm working on some different arrows today. I got 2 sets of 400s and 1 group of 500s. The 500s have a 100-point head. The Beeman bow hunters have 125s, and then the type of hunters have 145s. Playing around after my experience at the last shoot, you know, where I had a little fishtailing going on, I want to see if I can straighten it out. Here I am, station 1, ready to roll. Station 1, and already, look at this shot. Now this is cool. All right, for me, a little more than 20 yards, but here's the bad part. Through the trees, and if I miss, it's all downhill. Already, the first one, this sets a great tone. This is going to be a blast. Finished my shot on target 2, got my arrow, and it's a walkthrough. And I looked up looking for the orange arrows, and there were none. But then I looked down, and you see, pretty smart. They highlighted which way to go with some branches on the ground. Pretty neat little trick. So far, really neat course. Well, just 2 targets though. Station 5, and as you can see, a bear clawing some trees. You know, so far it's an awesome course. First one was the, I think they call it a pronghorn sheep, about 20-yarder. Then was we had a deer, a fox, a badger, and now a bear. And the hard part about all these shots is there's nothing behind them. So if you miss, and I've been aiming low, and I got to quit doing that. I'm trying to aim low so I don't have to go look for them so much. But this one I can't aim low. So I'll try to take my shot, and let's see how we do. And I bet you I'm going to be in the way of the camera, so I'll try to shoot from here. No. I'll try to shoot from here for you. He won't be having kids anytime soon. Station 6, and this is how they're doing things. You know, it's a wide open shot, but there is nothing behind it except for those old property dividers. You know, and you miss, your arrow's gone, and there's that raccoon. It's about a 15-yard shot. There's no trees to put it on, so if I do well, I'll take a picture for you. What you're looking at right now is the actual trail itself that you follow. It's really an access road, so it's really easy to follow. If you don't see signs, you know, you're not going to do too wrong by staying on this. And just Friday, we had over 4.5 inches of rain up here. So some of this, when we get in the lowlands, is going to be nothing but a swamp. Station 7, and this is what makes 3D archery awesome. I got a bear downhill 20 yards away, and there is nothing but rocks. You miss here, you kiss that arrow goodbye. Gonna look for a tree to film. Oh yeah! I was nervous, I have to admit. I'm not shooting the greatest, I'm a little off. And all I'd seen was thinking in my head, in the back of my head, rocks, rocks, rocks. I had to tell myself, shut up, dummy, and just look at a spot and try to get everything in line. That was a fun shot. That is so cool. All right, let's go get that arrow. Thank you, God. As I went to get my arrow, I noticed this. They took the rocks and they carved it out and made steps. That is good. Prior planning. Station 8. All the other stations have been 20-yard shots. Now I got one 10 yards if that on a little bobcat. And they did a great job. See, they put them on the tree. I'll zoom in so you can see them. You know, a lot of places just plop them on the ground. No, they put them up on a tree for you to make it a little bit more challenging and a little bit more realistic. So far, within 8 stations, this place is awesome. Station 9, and one thing you got to pay attention to on this course is some of them are walkthroughs, and they do alternate a lot. So when you do this course, just keep an eye out. I mean, you can't miss them, can you? But you just got to remember it. So far, this is a great course. Target 9 is a buck out in the open with a slight terrain variation. Go take my shot. Station 10, and it's probably the most wide open shot today. You know, but it has that downhill variation. So if, you know, they did a great job. If you're going to make it an open shot, put in terrain variation. And as you know, I'm not that good on downhills. So let's see how we do. Oh, yeah, okay. I know what I did wrong. And in my head, you know, my head was going, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. I knew something was off, but what did I do? I let go of the arrow anyways. Not bad. Gotta learn when my mind tells me not to shoot, not to shoot. Station 11, mountain goat. I am shooting from the orange stake, which probably for these guys would be like the pro class. It's about a 35, 40 yard shot, but if you're super adventurous, you can go back another 5, 10 yards. You can see my blue stake. It's uphill, you know, that's great. Last one was down, this one's up. Making me work my game. I'm gonna see if I can get a tree. If not, I'll just take you a picture. At station 10, as I'm about to shoot, I look to my left and I see this. Reminds me of the old fighting positions, you know, people call them trenches. But that'd be great. Maybe stand in there and maybe shoot up that hill or shoot over here. You know, just to change things up and make it silly for us. Gonna go get my arrow. Station 12, and you can see all the stakes right there are together. I guess I'm gonna sit in that chair and shoot. And my target, my nemesis in life, a turkey. You know, I don't know if you can hear it with the mic, but there's a stream right near and it's running water. It's, you know, it's one of those sounds that want to put you to sleep. So I'm going to set this up. I'm going to try to film me shooting because I never shot from a chair before. We'll see how we do. It's actually a good shot. I'll go take a picture of it for you. Okay, here's the turkey. And this is a great example for those of you that shoot traditional or want to. One of the things they stress when you first start is how you stand, your stance. Your feet and your shoulders should always be in line with the target. But once you get good, you don't have to worry about that no more. You can see from the chair, my body's all cockeyed. When you get good, it's about shoulder alignment and looking down that arrow so you can unconsciously aim. That was a lot of fun. I am having a ball here at Southside Rod and Gun. Station 13. So far the pass forward is uphill, downhill, uphill, downhill. That's pretty cool, works your game. Got a deer out in the open, 25 yards. No trees to put it on, so I'm just gonna take my shot, but I wanted to show you that. If you do 3D archery, losing an arrow, it's just gonna happen. Losing them and breaking them. And finding lost arrows, it really is an art form. And it all starts with the second you release your arrow. When you release it, that's not the end of the shot. You hold that pose until your arrow either hits the target, or if you miss, you track it with your eyes and make a mental note of where you think it landed. You got to get that mental picture. That's the first step. Then you go look for it. There's many ways of looking for it. I like to go a little farther out and work my way back in. And even before that, there's a couple things you can do. Arrow wraps, bright colors, nocks, bright colors. My red, white, and blue feathers, they don't stand up that well. What I found works best is contrast, yellow and black. Bright color, dark color. Those things help. Now something else you can do, when you're looking for that arrow, you don't actually look straight down in front of you a lot. Look a little bit out in front. If you look straight down, you miss a lot of things. I find more arrows looking slightly ahead. And the last thing you can get is this. If you think you know the general area, you just take it, rake it across the ground. I got this from Three Rivers, and I have found more arrows from other people that just left them there than I can count. Finding arrows, it's an art form. And if you're gonna shoot instinctive, it's the one you gotta learn. And that's this week's 3D tips, tricks, and reviews. Target 14. You know, a lot of these shots, they're open terrain, but this place does the best job of putting the terrain into the shot. Look at the elevation change. There's a rock wall in front of me, boulders, and there's that monster bobcat. All right, there's nothing to put my camera on because the trees are all thick. I need thinner trees to put my my Joby Gorilla Pod on. So I'm gonna take my shot. I might film it reverse, and then we'll see how we do. Headshot. I'll show you that one. I've been noticing this little piece of tape on the targets. And as you can see, they put them out at the same place every year. You know, that's pretty cool. One, it makes it easier for them. But it can also have a downside in that people can get bored. But I don't see how you can get bored with this course, because this course is a blast. I'm still at target 14 because I wasn't happy with my shot. I was a little too far off. So I went back and I used two different arrows. Yellow and black are 500s with a 100 grain head, and the white and black is 400s with a 145 grain head. And you know what? That's much better shooting. That's more what I'm capable of. Now I can move on to 15. Target 15 Pro Stake. Telling you, uphill, downhill, uphill, downhill. This is awesome. It's making me work my game. Now this is the pros. They are way offline of everybody else. Now I'm going to move over to the Hunter. As you can see, there's the Hunters. And then slightly right about there, there's mine, and there's the deer. Not going to film it. They all look alike, but I'm showing it to you. Great course. Up shots, down shots, up shot, down shots. You shoot instinctive, your mind has no chance to get set in its ways. As you can see, target 16 is a double. You know what? I don't mind doubles, but that is, once again, that's good. Mountain lion sneaking down on a deer. Pretty stupid buck, but hey. So I'm gonna not rescue him. I'm gonna try to kill both of them. So far, I had to say one word describes this course, and that's wow. This is cool. All right, let's take my shot. Ooh, jugular. Helping the mountain lion out. Oh, I'm gonna look for that for about a week. It's what I should have done the first time. Well, I'm gonna go hunting for an arrow. Okay, here's my second shot. And I looked, you know, I was just slightly over. Doesn't matter, miss is a miss. But there's the arrow. Thank God I don't have to go looking for it. And as for the buck, well, I severed his spine. This is a great course. I'm having a good time. I'm doing great shots and not so great shots. I'm just not consistent, but this is a great course so far. Best use of terrain I've seen anywhere. Station 17 from the Pro Stake. 40 yards, 45 uphill. This is a great course. I'm telling you, I have not seen a course that uses the terrain as well as these guys do. This is not an easy shot. Gonna take it, hopefully I do good. I wish there was trees to put this on, and there was none. That was a good shot for considering how far downhill it was and how far away it was. Because I could have done like this guy. He put one in there, another one, or Nick, that's an old one. And there's another one, you can see the scars. That was not an easy shot. Just hitting that animal, that was the reward in itself. I am happy that I did this shot. That was a lot of fun. After the last station, 16, there's a nice little uphill hump. If you're a couch potato, you're gonna be winded. I'm even winded, I ran it. But look, benches, water cooler, and trash bag. These guys, they got a great course. South side, this is one awesome 3D course. Station 18. You watch my videos, you know I've been finding or searching for this mystical target shot of waterfalls and a beaver. People for many shoots now have been sending me ones where it's not at. But I was promised it was at this one, and even the guy that ran it said it's at this one. And you know how sometimes, you know, the build up leads a little bit of disappointment? Wait till you see this. I'm gonna shut off my camera, get in spot, and I'm gonna show it to you. Which you also know it means I'm gonna miss the target. But hey, that's life. And there he is. Waterfall there, and there's one to the left, which I'll show you in a second. We'll zoom on in. That is cool. I am so pumped. This is awesome. So there's a waterfall there, and there's another one over there. I'm definitely filming this, even if I miss. This is gonna be fun. Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. That was a fun shot. I cannot tell you how much fun that was. That wasn't easy. That was a rough shot. Look at what's behind it, nothing but rocks. Probably the coolest shot I've ever seen. That was so much fun. Now let's go get my arrow. Station 20, double shot station. Turkeys. Oh, yeah! Now, besides me getting too excited, because I bounced it off a tree, bounced it off I think a second one, and I hit the second turkey. But this, besides my incredibly wild and stupid shot, is what I love. I've heard about this over in Germany. You know, look at these targets. All right, here's my two targets. Sorry, zooming out. Should be zooming. There you go. So I got my two targets, 1, 2, but look, they put the two others. They built a scene out of it. That is perfect. I love to see more of that. I'm gonna go take a picture of my really good shot and my incredible hit while bouncing off trees. This course, this is a great course. Pulled my arrow out of this bore, out of the corner of my eye. I seen this. Now you can't see it because the tree's in the way. I'll zoom in. It's a bear raiding a campsite. That is just too cool. Ha, good shot. And I used my heavier arrow that time. Let's go take a look. And I just love the setup. Look at this shot. This is awesome. You know what? I think a lot of clubs can learn from these guys. These little setups, little stories behind them, it's great. And whoever did this, I thank you. Wood for the fire. There's the fire. Look. A pot out there. The tent. The Wolverine. The lantern. They even put garbage out like he's rummaging through it. And there's my shot. A little high, but dead center. This, I'm telling you, this is awesome. This is how I have always pictured 3D archery. And I am having a ball. Came out of the next target after the bear, which is just a buck, and I didn't film it. And it's at a T intersection. So you're sitting there going, which way? There it is. If you open your eyes, you'll see it. So when you come out here, look for these little arrows. They'll help you a lot. This is an awesome, awesome course. Station 24, I'm just having so much fun. And I'm not even shooting the greatest. I'm very inconsistent today. But this course is just so much fun. Bedded deer, and it's slightly uphill. Nice challenge. There we go. I think I figured it out. I've been relaxing my index finger and my bottom and pulling, make my arrows go down. That was a good shot. I had fun in that. Station 26, bobcat on a log, 20 yards. It's right off the trail, so I have nothing to put my camera on. But I wanted to show you because it's a great shot. Look what's behind it. Nothing. Oh. That was my heavy head, and yeah, I keep forgetting to shoot lower. Okay, last shot of the day, I just told about it. Up in the tower, caribou, 63 yards. See how we do. I filmed my review, and then when I got home, like an idiot, I should have checked it there. I looked and something went wrong and the file's corrupted. So I'm going to have to do it this way. The Southside Rod and Gun Club is just one awesome course. For the course itself, I'm going to give them 4.5 out of 5 stars. And the only reason they don't get a perfect rating is for new people. Their course, if you're an experienced 3D archer and you know how to walk courses, you're not going to have a hard time. But if you're that new person, there's going to be at certain points some questions on which way to go. And I talked to people there and they were very positive about it, and they said they're going to correct that for you. So that should be a 5 here real soon. As for the terrain, I give them a 5. I'm telling you, I've never seen a course that incorporated the terrain better into all their shots. I was just simply blown away by it. In fact, as the course went by, I just couldn't wait to get to the next one. You know, you're like a kid at Christmas just wanting to see everything. For the targets, I give them 5 stars. The one gentleman told me that this is a hunter's course, and that's why there wasn't any of the exotic targets like an alligator, a dinosaur, a zombie, and things like that. You know, and I appreciate that. But they did a great job. They had medium-sized targets and small-sized targets. You know, and they varied them. You just didn't keep shooting the same one over and over, and I appreciated that. For the shots themselves, well, I'm going to give them 5 stars again because, one, that beaver by the waterfall, that was just too cool. The bear by the camp, that rocked. The first one, it set the pace for the whole day, shooting through the cutout in the trees. You know, instead of just taking the bobcat like so many places do and they just stick it on the ground, no, they put him up on a log like he's running down it. And that's what I'm talking about. They made stuff. And the turkeys, another great example. Instead of just putting the target out, they made little scenes. You know, they engaged your imagination. And that's what I really loved about this course. And overall, I have to give them 5 stars. You know, this place rocks. I had such a great time today. And I am so happy I came here. And if you get the chance and you want to have a good time, come to Southside. I guarantee you'll enjoy this course. Taking a week off. It's Memorial Day weekend and I'm going to a dude ranch. But I'll be back in 2 weeks with video from the Reinhardt 100 in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. Thanks for watching and have a beautiful day.